Cane growers keen to introduce new technology and practices during tough times have a range of industry bodies to apply to for financial support. Joe Marano has tapped into state and federal programs as well as industry bodies to get funding to attend courses, buy new equipment and run experimental trials. The assistance can be up to dollar for dollar and makes projects that a grower could not otherwise afford doable. Joe says each project gives him the chance to improve both his profits and his sustainability. Through its Reef Rescue program, the federal government has committed $200 million over 5 years so cane growers can improve farm practices and reduce their environmental impact. Marillion grower Joe Marano says Reef Rescue's financial support is welcome because years of low sugar prices and 2 cyclones have made for some very tight farm budgets. In his effort to lift yields and improve his sustainability, Joe Marano has accessed Reef Rescue more than once. As an individual grower, he's been funded to repair a land plane to do some earthworks, and as a member of a harvesting group, he's received a grant to buy a stool splitter fertiliser box. Another grower group he's a member of has just received a grant for an ash spreader. The spreader will help farmers spread mill ash more evenly and cover more land. Reef Rescue hasn't just helped farmers buy equipment, it's also paid for them to attend courses to learn about the most up-to-date and environmentally sound cane farming methods. The 6 Easy Steps program has been around since 2003, but Reef Rescue has allowed farmers to attend for free.
It basically provides the background to all sugar industry soil nutrient recommendations, and the growers themselves learn what a soil test is, how to read it and how to deduct recommendations out of that which they either take to their reseller or the reseller does for them. What we're hoping is that more growers use it as time goes on and get the best recommendations to put the right amount of fertiliser on the soil at the right place at the right time to improve our overall sustainability.
Reef Rescue paid for Joe Marano to do 6 Easy Steps. He says it helped him interpret soil test data.
We've mapped every soil type on our farm. We have 4 different soil types, and using the 6 Easy Steps process, we've developed a nutrient management plan for each soil type. And what the nutrient management plan really told us is that we probably weren't using enough nitrogen. From all the soil tests, we should have been using 140 kilos of N. We've only been using about 110 kilos of N. As you can see by the terrain around us, we boundary with some marginal country. We're one of the first closest to the river and the mangroves. So we have to be on the ball of what we're doing. So we don't want to waste any, but it's good to know that we've been under the limits and we're not over fertilising, especially in times of high prices.
The information in the management plan gave Joe Marano the confidence to try an alternative approach to fertiliser.
We split our application the last couple of years. We've been fertilising, we've split the application, trying not to waste any. But we did some trials last year and research had been done before, but you always try to improve, and so we split the application last year. We harvested some trials this year and there was no significant difference between the one application and the split application. But it depends on the year you have and the weather conditions at the time.
6 Easy Steps encourages farmers to use just the fertiliser they need. It saves money and reduces the potential of nutrient runoff. Another way of lowering fertiliser application rates is by planting legumes to increase soil nitrogen levels. Joe Marano and 6 other growers secured SRDC funding to trial soybeans.
There's half a dozen South Johnson Mill growers in the project. One bloke planted them in April, one was supposed to plant them in May, but he got them in June, and these were planted in late July.
Normally farmers in this part of Queensland grow soybeans as a summer fallow crop, but Mr Marano and his group were funded for a winter trial.
The aim is to see if we can get them to seed, if we can do something with the seed, whether we can make oil from it or make some food stock out of it for cattle. So this is something completely different. We're going to have to leave the fallow for a longer period of time, and by the growers planting them at different times we'll know which is the best time.
Nitrogen fixed by the soybeans will be available to cane plants for several years, so Joe Marano should be able to apply less nitrogen for several seasons. He says whether he learns something new or gets help to buy new machinery, every improvement he can make to his bottom line, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction.